Good morning, it's Jonathan Bauer with the morning debrief. It's the 24th of August. The current time is 7:26. Volatile night, no doubt. Good side on the equities front, which is good, and I think which is quite positive. But we did see a little bit of problems there on the gold market, as you'd expect. Equities had a very strong move. I'll just get this tab up. There we go. Equities had a very strong move. There's no doubt about it. Gold suffered on the back of that. Primary inputs such as copper and oil had a rally. Why? Look, as we know, I guess the key we've got, and let's just quickly run through this. The key we've got: US stocks rally on stimulus speculation. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, we've got the Fed going to speak to the committee, basically going to see what he's going to look at and see what actually occurs. I mean, obviously, Bernanke's out there. He says there's going to be some form of stimulus. The market is of the opinion that he will put something together, and I guess the key is what will it be. So anyway, let's see what he can pull out of his bag. Obviously, it's quite important, and as you can see by the smiley face here, the guy is quite happy. Okay, let's have a look of the overview of what's happened on the back of that. And I guess the Dow Jones up 2.97%, 11,176. The S&P up 38. Nasdaq's up 100. The FTSE was up 16. The Euro top 50 was up 16. FTSE was up 34, and the CAC was up 33. Close to home, we had a strong night, up 64,230. So quite strong on that front. I guess across the board, what are we generally looking at? And as you can see, there's the gold price. But I guess the main thing is, have they got the ability to push this? Have they got the ability to push this through, or what is in fact that stimulus going to be that will keep the market and or save the markets? So I think that to me is probably the key question. We'll only find out. Remember, they're speaking at Little Rock at the moment. So anyway, it certainly saved a little bit. On the back of that, we saw gold under pressure. Gold, obviously, a little bit of a correction there, and and you can see by this chart, quite savage. That's the hourly chart. Support for the gold market comes back in at just around this level, 1,800. Expectations are market is a little bit long, obviously, as we know. Look, you've just got to wait. Probably under pressure, a little bit lower. Support, as we said, 1,830, 1,800, and 1,780. So let's see how that unfolds. Silver, as this also took quite a smashing as well, and there we are, still under quite a lot of pressure there from those highs. Righty-ho. Now, other commodities that have taken, it is interesting, obviously, with what's happening in Libya. Oil hasn't taken a setback at all, even though we know that the rebels are in the compound. For all intensive purposes, that means that Gaddafi, I guess, has lost control. But as you can see, crude oil still relatively well bid. This is purely weight of money, right? Weight of money because of the proposed expectations of the stimulus. It's just nuts when you look at it. When you're considering way back when the Gaddafi situation occurred, that we saw such a massive rise in crude. Perhaps there's a delayed event in there. The report goes out today. You'll have a bit of a read there of all the numbers of what's happening in crude. But essentially, they will get up and running pretty quickly, and what we're hearing, people on the ground actually looking for that. So supply of oil to the market, particularly out of Libya, is certainly there. That should push the spread between Brent and West Texas in. So let's see how that unfolds. But as you can see there, quite strong at the moment. Look, my expectations are that it should come under pressure from here, purely as a result of that. Okay, copper had a reasonable night last night, 400, up by 1.26%. Still looking quite okay. This is the big area here of support for the market. We've tested both areas. We know this area here, if it breaks through these things, these concerns, then it's sort of that double bottom. Have a look at the daily chart here. You can see that, in my mind, it's right on support. So let's see what happens, but if it breaks through this area, down she goes. If it holds, different story. So maybe it'll be all about optimism that in the States, and see what Ben does. I mean, after all, if he does do something, it'll only delay the consequences, that deficit and the percentage of GDP to debt is not going to go away in a hurry. Righty-ho. Okay, so that's on that front. The wheat market, we put it out. We like wheat. We long wheat, soya, all that's looking quite good. That's that movement through. It does look good, and I think that's got a little bit to do with what's happening in Texas and the drought. More about that in the bulletin this morning. If anything, wheat, soya, and corn all looking a little bit better bid. So quite happy on that front. Okay, we mentioned that. Let's have a look at the equity markets. Our local market up 1.44%, 60 points on Cycom. Does look quite positive. Filling that gap there, 42.40. That's something we have talked about. There it has. Well, it certainly has filled it in. Let's see what happens from here. It is interesting, though, that momentum indicators are pointing down. So anyway, let's perhaps it goes sideways. Let's see how that unfolds. Okay, I guess that's pretty much about it. Let's have a look at the economic calendar. We have mentioned quite a few times that tonight probably is the lead in data. Durable goods, X and CapEx, house prices, all out tonight, so that could be quite interesting. Also, IFO Business Climate Index are quite important as well. So let's see how that unfolds. So really, that's, I think, pretty much about it of note. So stay close, expect the markets to be quite volatile, and bye for now, and happy trading.